Welcome to the Angel Mystic podcast, where spiritually open minds come together to explore the wonders of angels, spiritual connections, and the art of manifesting, plus weekly angelic insights as I pull cards for the week ahead. Hosted by me, Amanda Tooke, the Angel Mystic, your spiritual midwife, to help you on your journey to a fulfilling and happy life, as seen on ITV, Channel 4, and writer for Fate and Fortune magazine. My hope is this podcast is your go-to resource for navigating life with more ease and flow. Whether you're a beginner on the spiritual path or a seasoned practitioner, join us as we unlock the secrets of connection and harness the power of manifestation to create the life you desire. Please rate, review, share and subscribe each episode as we embark on the Angel Mystic podcast. And don't forget to head over to show notes to find all the useful links to many free, amazing resources. Now let's delve in. Welcome back to the Angel Mystic podcast. In this episode, I am talking about all things psychic, in particular, how to awaken your inner psychic. So, hello, let's delve in, shall we? Now, before you switch off and think, oh, this isn't for me, I'm not psychic, let me stop you there, because I believe that every single person is capable of having psychic gifts. In fact, I think you've already got them, but they're lying dormant. So in this episode, we're going to awaken your inner psychic and get those things happening for you, because here's why. It makes life so much easier. When you're navigating using all your senses, everything gets a lot easier. Imagine for a moment, we talk about our 5 senses, but really there's 6. Our 6 senses are intuition. And when you've got all 6 senses working, it feels so much easier. But if you switch one off, and you might think, well, my intuition's not that important, but it really is. It makes decision making so much easier. But imagine for a moment you switched your eyes off or your ears off. How much harder life would be. So don't think you can't do this, and don't think it's not important, because I honestly believe it is. So you just might not have realized it yet. You just might be, in the dark with it, so to speak. So let's sort of delve in, because I truly believe we are all born with these psychic abilities. It's part of being this human experience, but some of us switch them off. We get sort of desensitized, if you like, and we're no longer listening to them. And it's subtle, so it's understandable, isn't it? But this gift isn't just reserved for a special few. And there is a difference between somebody that calls themselves psychic and someone that just practices it and uses it every day. I do class myself as a psychic. It's part of, my services that I bring into the world. But I also use these things every day, and you can too. You can absolutely too. It's like a muscle. This is your intuition. It's like a muscle. And if you never use it, it is going to become weak. But the more you use it, the stronger it will become. So I'm going to share some simple things that you can do to start awakening this for yourself. And the first thing I want to mention is being still, because we live in a very noisy world. Phones are continuously distracting us, continuously buzzing going on from them. Minds are racing through endless to-do lists. I mean, I've just had a shower, and in the shower, I don't know how many thoughts I've just had. It is just like so many things, because it's sort of a place that I get lots of downloads, so many things going on. We fill every spare moment with noise, with, maybe TV, music, social media, conversations. Your intuition doesn't need any of that. And your intuition doesn't shout. It can't shout above all of that. Your intuition is whispers. Your intuition is really subtle. And if you never become still enough to hear those whispers, you're going to feel like you haven't got intuition. You're going to feel like you are not connected. You'll assume there is nothing there. But even if you just set aside 5 minutes just to sit quietly in silence each day, so much is going to take off for you. So much can change. And all you have to do is just sit somewhere comfortable, close your eyes, focus on your breathing. You don't force anything. You just create that space. And you just notice. You just become aware of what's going on. And there never really is silence when you do sit in that place of supposed silence. You'll hear so much. You'll hear the birds. You'll hear, engines, cars, the fridge ticking over, all those sorts of things. You'll hear noises. But you don't hear those noises on a day-to-day level when you're just doing life. So we do need to be still. We do need to be quiet. And the second thing I'm going to say is start trusting your first impression. Your intuition will always happen immediately. It will always come in split-second timing. And that means it's easy to ignore. Because then after that, the next thing that happens is you start thinking, and it might be your ego that sort of comes forward. But how many times have you thought something and then you've ignored it and then you've realised you were right later on? We've all done it. Your intuition always speaks first and then your logical mind comes into play, which isn't very helpful, really. This is why we need to be still. We need to be quiet. We need to be able to trust that bit of guidance that's coming in before your logical mind starts over-processing it. And your logical mind will start saying, ooh, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm making this up? That doesn't make sense. And it's really about starting to trust this process. Learning to become psychic isn't really about getting more information. It's about doubting yourself less. It's about trusting what you're getting, noticing that first thought, that first feeling, that instinct, and acting upon it. Trusting it enough that you can act upon it. The third thing I want to say is spend more time in nature. Nature naturally raises your vibration. You'll feel calmer after walking through a forest, sitting at the beach, being in the garden, wherever you want to be, watching a sunset. When we are relaxed, our intuition flows so much easier. You're not blocking it. You're not in your head. And the angels communicate very much like this too, through energy. Those little light bulb moments, those good ideas are often your angels. Nature helps us tune into that energy. So next time you go for a walk or leave your headphones at home, which is really important. It's no good going for a walk and listening to music or a podcast or whatever. You need that being fully present moment. Notice what catches your attention. And you may be surprised by what messages you start to receive. Number 4 is keeping a record of all this in a notepad journal. This is the way that you can start building your confidence with your connections. If you start writing down every gut feeling, every dream, because that's a good way as well that your intuition can communicate with you. You start writing down all those gut feelings, those dreams, those signs, those coincidences. There's no such things as coincidences. It's synchronicities, it's angel signs. Every little message you get in meditation. And then go back to it a few weeks later, you'll begin to see patterns forming and how you were right. You see, confidence doesn't come from just hoping you're intuitive. I'm just going to give this a whirl. I hope it's going to work for me. It comes from collecting evidence and proving to yourself that you are intuitive, proving to yourself that you can do this. So yes, number 5 is meditate regularly. don't be confused by thinking that meditation is about emptying your mind, because that's mission impossible. We can't do that. We just can't do that. But meditation is a great way of creating a space for your thoughts. It's a great way of deepening your connection, of hearing your intuition. And it doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't require you to fly to India, to speak to a Buddhist monk, to sit on an uncomfortable cushion. None of that. All you need to do is go quiet and go within, be still. And ask your angels to step forward and then listen. I always think meditation is about listening. And if you do prayer, prayer is about talking. And I sort of see those things working really well together. They make the complete circle. Some days you're going to feel like so connected. It's going to feel so damn good. And other times you're going to feel like, I'm on my own here. What's happening? And both are totally normal. But don't push yourself for perfection. Don't beat yourself up when you're not noticing things, but do slow down, because that's the way that you're going to be able to connect. And number 6, as with everything, ask your angels to help you. You know, this is one of the favorite things I love to talk about is angels, because your angels want to help you and your angels can't help you because they respect the free will that you've got. So you need to ask. And always ask from a place of gratitude. Thank you, angels, for helping me hear my intuition or feel my intuition or being able to trust my intuition. And you could do that, just ask once a day. Just get into the habit of having a chat with your angels, maybe as you're going to bed or first thing in the morning. And ask them to strengthen your intuition. Ask them to help you recognize your guidance clearly. All this is going to help. But stay open to the answers that you get. They may arrive in your dreams. You may get your answers through conversations with other people. You may get your answers, through books. Have you ever gone to a bookshelf and just picked a book off the shelf and opened it at a random page? You might well find the answer that you're looking for. Messages can come in songs, in the lyrics. Number 7 is stop looking for, I guess I could say, the Hollywood psychic experiences. It's all so commercialized and we see things on the screens, on TV, and we're expecting lightning bolts or booming voices or dramatic visions. Psychic awareness is incredibly ordinary. It's a quiet feeling. It's a gentle nudge. It's a word that pops into your head many, many times over. It is something that you learn to trust, but it's subtle. It's quiet. If you're expecting something dramatic, you're going to be disappointed. And you'll often overlook the golden nuggets from your intuition if you're waiting for something big and elaborate. Number 8 is, this is something that needs to be practiced every day. It's a skill. And it improves with repetition. So you wouldn't expect to play maybe the piano after one lesson. You wouldn't be able to run a marathon after one jog. Don't expect instant mastery of this intuition of yours from just doing it once. Keep going. 5 minutes a day is far more powerful than 2 hours once a month. So keep it going. And here's something that I would love for you to try. Before you open your emails, before you check your social media, ask yourself one question in the morning. What do I most need to know today? Take a breath and notice that first word that you get. Maybe you get a feeling. Maybe you get a thought that just comes to you. Don't overanalyze it. Just write it down in your journal and then carry on with your day. And at the end of the day, look back and see how that message has related to your day. You might be amazed. So I honestly believe every single one of us can use these intuitive gifts to have an easier path through life. You don't have to have psychic gifts that you're using every day and think you need to become a full-time psychic like me. Absolutely not. But you can just use it to make the right decisions as you are moving through life. But you don't need anyone to give you permission. You don't need a certificate. You don't need to be special. You just need to slow down and trust yourself and keep practicing. Your intuition is already there. It's been speaking to you your whole life. So before we finish, let's do our angelic insights, which is for 24th to the 30th of August. And the 24th of August, which is on Monday, if you listen to this when the podcast comes out on Friday, which means it is when Psychic Summer School starts. Psychic Summer School is a 4-day free training, 7 p.m. each evening, and there is replays if you can't make it live. But we are going to be looking at all of this. We're going to be developing your psychic skills and bringing your intuition to life. Hope you can join us. The link is in the show notes. Getting all the cards out. Monday, we're talking about nature. Monday, it's all about getting into nature. So make sure, and let's hope, the weather's behaving. But even if it's not, get yourself into nature and allow yourself to connect. Allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to notice what you can notice when you are quiet and you are still and you are in nature. It might be that you feel the warm sun. It might be that you notice the breeze. I always think the breeze, I love a warm sunny day with a warm wind. And it just reminds me of spirit. It's just so nice. It's just so nice. The next one is release. This is for Tuesday. It sort of ties in with Wednesday. In fact, I want to bring them up together. So Tuesday is release and Wednesday is fears. These days are so linked. It's really about maybe you've got fears about being psychic, but you need to release them because otherwise you're never going to be able to use these abilities that you've got that are going to benefit your life. So that was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is Michael. Michael's always with us. He's a brilliant archangel, gives us courage and strength and can take away all our fears. If you're not using him yet, give him a whirl today and ask yourself, what do you need to cut cords with that are no longer serving you? Is it a place? Is it an environment? Is it a person? What do you need to let go of so new good things can come in? Friday, it feels like it's been quite the week. And on Friday, we need to be gentle with ourselves. So plan something that you can do on Friday just for you. Saturday is the trust card. And do you know what? Our whole spiritual connections are built upon this, on trust. We have to trust what we are receiving. But if you're feeling wobbly about money, know that you've got money there on the card. Money will always come in when it needs to come in. Do not fear. Have that trust and that belief. Sunday is all about truth. And maybe if you've joined us in Psychic Summer School, you're feeling more true to yourself after doing that experience, after understanding your connections. Because when you understand yourself more, you don't really care what other people think. You're not looking for validation. You're just happy to be in your own skin. So there we go. That's our cards for the week. I will see you Monday onwards for Psychic Summer School. And till next time, bye for now. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and got value from it. If so, please rate, review, subscribe and share it with your friends. It really does help in more ways than you realise. You can find out more good stuff between episodes. Just search The Angel Mystic on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you'll find me there. and I would love to connect with you more over in my free group on Facebook. Check out all the links in the show notes.